A eulogy is defined as high praise. We gather today not only to honour Peggy Bagnall with high praise, but to celebrate her life. If you met Peggy, you would never forget her infectious joie de vivre. She enjoyed her life and shared her humour with everyone she met. She was a well-loved mother, housey companion, and friend to many. It's easy to picture Peggy as she was in her later years, but let's wind the clock back. 74 years ago, Peggy Bagnall was the firstborn child of Stan and Mabel Wall, and elder sister to Peter. She was born in Wanganui, a third-generation New Zealander, but born in tough times, the Great Depression. Maybe it was that gave her such a dry sense of humour. Her parents were railway workers who shifted to Petone shortly after she was born. Having survived the Depression, more global events tested her strength. World War II.
When Britain was at war, we were at war, for we were bound by the triple ties of race, sentiment and trade.
Her first job was at Ilots Advertising in Wellington. She was a city gal, but fate would change all that. Stan and Mabel Wall had a boarder called Gordon Cameron. Gordon took Peggy to the Waikato and introduced her to Thomas Douglas Bagnall on a farm in Kiwitahi. Although Doug was a hopeless dancer, he invited Peggy to a local dance. But true to her character, Peggy bargained. She'd only go to the dance if Doug bought her a new dress. And needless to say, she got that new dress. These days people have long-distance relationships by email, but in those days there was only one way to have a long-distance relationship: by train. And soon they were married. They chose the weekend after Queen's birthday because it always rained on Queen's birthday. In 1950, however, Queen's birthday was stunning. And you guessed it, it poured on the weekend of their marriage. It wasn't all bad, though, despite the best man slipping over and a cat eating their seafood wedding breakfast. So from the city to the farm, Doug says she fitted in really well, but true to form, Peggy held the courage of her convictions and was rumoured to be the only Labour supporter in the Waikato. She loved animals and was a keen golfer at the Morrinsville Golf Club. And then the family arrived. Stephen, Chris, Lance, and Johnny. Peggy was active in the community, and Doug described her as a damn good hard worker. Well, he'd have to be, with milking twice a day, raising 4 boys, preserving fruit, haymaking. Makes you tired just thinking about it. Peggy and Doug were married to each other for 54 years. They called one another Mum and Dad. Today, Doug, our hearts ache with you as you farewell your soulmate. And to the extended Bagnall clan, to the 4 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren, Peggy was a special person. Peggy would not suffer fools gladly, but her open heart would welcome anyone to her home. She became a second mum to Caroline. Although not a religious person, Peggy believed that you could be a Christian without going to church. And she had a good advice for the young. It was about living in the moment with care. She said, if you love something, put 20 cents down on it. It may go away. But she also had sound advice around budgeting. She didn't care what you earned. A third is for board, a third is for you, and a third is to save. That's good advice. Chris describes her as a non-materialistic person. People were far more important to her than material possessions. And she appreciated honesty in others, and especially herself. In earlier times, Peg's garden at Kiwitahi would make people stop their cars. Later, she turned her hand to tapestry and rug making. All the Bagnall offspring have a Peggy rug.
How Matty come?
And there were many happy memories at the batch at Waihi Beach, a time for Peg to relax. So today we remember Peggy with love and affection, and know that despite the hard times, she has led a rich and full life, and a good life. In the year 2000 she celebrated 50 years of marriage to Doug, and her own 70th birthday. She was hard-working and loving with a heart of gold, and loved to bring a smile, and mostly a laugh, to those around her. Most of all, her wisdom in telling us to make the most of what we have makes us value our own lives. Thank you, Peggy.
Just go away. Just get out.
Mother.